Welcome to Projection Reflection. I'm your host Coordinato, and today we're reviewing M. Night Shyamalan's newest film, Glass. This was released later last week on January 18th, 2019, and directed by M. Night Shyamalan, and music by Wes Dillon Thornton. The cast includes Bruce Willis as David Dunn / The Overseer, James McAvoy as Kevin Wendell Crumb / The Horde, Samuel L. Jackson as Elijah Price / Mr. Glass, and Sarah Paulson as Dr. Ellie Staple. The plot is David Dunn gets locked in a mental hospital alongside his one rival, Mr. Glass, as well as the multi-personality, the Horde, and must escape from a psychiatrist who is out to prove the trio do not actually possess superhuman abilities. This film was very well directed by M. Night Shyamalan. I very much enjoyed it. Very good cinematography. Very, very good use of color. You know how he is with his color palettes with characters, and of course that is very well done in this film, as well as it was done in Unbreakable. The one thing I really love about M. Night Shyamalan is he loves to take risks, and he definitely took a risk with this film. Definitely. I was so pumped for this film, and I did not know what I was going to see going in, and I really enjoyed what I saw in this film. I really enjoyed it. Great acting. Incredible acting by James McAvoy. Again, seeing his character from Split again was just so great. I love the Kevin Wendell Crumb character. I love the Horde. It's just, we got to see a lot more of his personalities in this film, and it was just great. He knew when to be funny sometimes, knew when to be scary, knew when to be serious. He has so much range with this role, and I absolutely loved him in this movie. Samuel L. Jackson, of course, was very good, again, as Mr. Glass. It seemed like no time had passed, and he just automatically jumped back into that character. Very good. And Bruce Willis, I thought he did a good job as David Dunn. I think Mr. Glass and Kevin Wendell Crumb definitely stole the show. I feel like kind of Bruce Willis's character was kind of pushed to the side a little bit, but I still enjoyed him in the movie. Anya Taylor-Johnson, seeing her as Casey Cook, again, was awesome. She is one of our bright new stars in films, and I very much look forward to her next big starring role. What can I say? Spencer Trent. Oh man, how do you say this name? Spencer Treat Clan. I think that's how you say his name. Played Joseph Dunn. And I was just so shocked to see him on screen, because I'm like, they got the same freaking actor to play Joseph Dunn that was in the first film. It just blew my mind, and he actually did an incredible job. He's still a great actor. He was a great child actor and a great actor in this film as well. I think was it Sarah Paulson? I think her character was pretty good too. I thought she did very well with what she was given. First part of the movie was probably one of my favorite parts. I absolutely loved seeing the David Dunn, what he's been doing for the past couple of years. I really loved that. I love seeing the David Dunn character again, because I am a massive, massive fan of Unbreakable. The asylum scenes in this film were freaking incredible. I was very, very much entertained by the asylum scenes. The Horde in this film, there's a scene where, he keeps they had this light mechanism that can flash and it can change. Like you see it in the trailer, they have this light mechanism that can flash and change different to a safe personality, and the scene does make you feel really uncomfortable, and it's very just amazing how fast James McAvoy can change his character. It's really incredible, and it's a great scene. There's a great scene with Mr. Glass being threatened by an employee of the asylum. That one had me on the edge of my seat. There's a fight between, of course, David and Kevin. That's shown in the trailer, a little bit of that. That whole final confrontation of the film is, it's very, very good. The music was pretty riveting, as usual. Like, I liked the music. They got the same musical composer as they did for Split. And I kind of would have liked, though, if they got James Newton Howard to come back and do the music. Because I really loved his music in Unbreakable, and I really think that, like, he would have done maybe a better job, but I think the guy that we got, he did a pretty good job. Like, he did a good job with Split, he did a good job with this film as well, but I think I would have rather have heard from James Newton Howard. The ending of this film is just incredibly surprising. Like, M. Night Shyamalan, he always likes to put the shock factor out there, and like I said, this film took a major risk with its ending. Like, it had major guts. That's all I'm gonna say. I cannot say too much. I personally liked the last scene in the film. I really like. It really leaves a lot to the imagination of what the future of this whole world, of the whole world in this film. It's like it's all up in the air of what could happen. I know M. Night Shyamalan did not plan on there being a sequel. So it's just left to our imagination of what the world is after what happened in this film. I will have to probably make another review in order to fully converse with you guys and tell you how I feel about this movie. I was riveted by the ending. I was not expecting what happened at the end to happen, and of course. I saw it with my friend Dylan, and I saw it with my brother. Me and my friend Dylan absolutely we pretty much loved the ending. And my brother was like, that was stupid. And, I respect my brother's opinion, but, I personally liked the ending. I personally thought it was a very, it's like a thought-provoking ending, and it left a lot of things up in the air, and it still left a lot of questions unanswered. Especially in especially in this film. It's kind of up in the air, like the Blade Runner thing with Rick Deckard. You don't know if he's a replicant or not. They kind of almost put something like that in this film. Like you don't know what's going to happen next in this world. And we probably never will, because the sequel's never going to be made because the trilogy's over. And you know what? This might be one of my favorite film trilogies, right next to Back to the Future. It's just really good. All these films are pretty outstanding. Unbreakable is probably my favorite out of the trilogy, but this one. Very good. I very much enjoyed it. I certainly love that the film is set in Pennsylvania. It's because I'm from PA, and my dad's from Philadelphia, so it's really cool to see the city of Philadelphia presented in this film, and of course in all three films. I love seeing, of course, the Alex Ross artwork in this movie. There's a scene where Joseph Dunn is going through comic books, and you can tell that it's an Alex Ross piece right as soon as you see it. Of course, I had that in the beginning of the intro. I had the Alex Ross poster. I absolutely love. That's probably one of my favorite Alex Ross movie poster. I don't know if he even does that many movie posters, but that's one of my. I'll probably put it on one of my favorite pieces that he's done. What else can I say about this movie? I love that they used an unused Unbreakable scene in this movie. Like, I didn't even know if it was on the deleted scenes for Unbreakable, but my one friend Dylan, he was like, "Was that CGI or something? Like, how did they make Joseph Dunn look younger in this movie?" And I'm like, "That was an unused scene from Unbreakable." And he's like, "Whoa, that's awesome." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is awesome. I love that that M. Night just put that in there. That was so great, very well used." I think this is just a very great comic book trilogy. It's one that probably be remembered for a pretty long time. It's probably one of the most unique of comic book films. All three of them are incredibly unique, and all together they make a very entertaining trilogy and a very thought-provoking trilogy. Like I said, I'm gonna have to come out with a spoiler review because I just cannot say too much about this film because I'm gonna give away like way too much if I say anything else. So overall, I would give Glass a 4 out of 5. I would say it's good. Like I did really enjoy this movie, but it's not as good, say, as Split and Unbreakable. But it's still incredibly entertaining, very thought-provoking, very riveting. It is a very good story and an incredibly surprising ending. But yeah, 4 out of 5 for Glass. While it's in theaters, definitely go see it so you can finish the amazing trilogy that M. Night Shyamalan created. So yeah, fill the gap, people. See Glass.